Chris Combo. Chris Combo.
Hey, welcome to Craze Combos. What is this, episode number 10?
I don't know, I lost count. We went on a bit of a hiatus.
I can't even, I lost count, and then we planned something special for episodes, and then things have been going rough. We got hit by a bitch of a hurricane. What was the name of the hurricane? Helen? Helene. Fuck you, Helene. It was supposed to head over towards like Atlanta and that area or whatever, but then it just decided to hit us instead, and fuck up all North Carolina. So thank you, Helene.
Hey, bro, you might want to chill. They're gonna triangulate our fucking location.
No, all I'm saying is it changed course. It was supposed to like hit like Georgia really bad, but if you see, like, it did hit Georgia, but I mean, you saw how bad North Carolina was, right?
Yeah, and by the way, we live in fucking Missouri.
Yeah, we live in a part that got affected really bad.
Nowhere near. This is just stuff we're recording. This is for everybody else. This isn't for us.
Yeah, so no, we got hit so bad. I still don't have power yet. Like, I'm recording this off my generator.
Yeah, guys, he's burning fossil fuel to power up a generator, and so we can talk nonsense for about an hour.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I can get sued for this, but I don't give a fuck at this point. So I bought a generator. Let's start with that, Dino. I bought a generator.
Okay.
Generac. I think that's the name of the brand or whatever. So I go to Home Depot. I wanted to go to Lowe's just because, but my girl prefers Home Depot and it was closer. And I was like, yeah, let's go to Home Depot. So we show up and we get a generator, pay about $1,000 with taxes and everything. They were like, oh, do you want the extra protection? And I was like, well, I'm planning on using this a couple of days and hopefully never again. So no, I don't want the protection. I'm probably going to forget to do the maintenance on it because it's a gas generator, so you got to do maintenance on it.
What do you mean? It doesn't just like power and go?
Huh?
It doesn't just like power and go?
It does, but like you got to like turn it on like every so often, and you got to like put more oil and like clean the car. I don't know. You got to do like certain things to it to keep it working for emergency so it actually works when you need it. And I was like, I'm probably going to forget that, so I'm not going to buy the warranty. Because then they're going to be like, you forgot to do the maintenance or whatever. So I get home, and it has 4 plugs, right? 4 plugs. It's like 6,500 watts. So I'm like, that's all we need.
That's a fuck ton of watts.
Yeah, so then we get home, and we plug it up. And my viewers can correct me, the listeners can correct me, but I couldn't, only 2 of the plugs worked. Like the breaker kept popping on the other 2. And it's like a middle, you can reset it. But every time we reset it, it just, it kept just popping again, even if you have nothing plugged up. And the other one worked perfectly. So then I decided like, okay, well, whatever. I'm going to see if I can return it. But we set it up late at night because, we had to drive out of town, drive a couple hours just to be able to get a generator. And then the worst part was that we called, and first the guy was like, yeah, you can return it. I was like, okay, your policy says I can't, so I just want to make it clear because look, it's a hurricane. I literally just plugged it up. I swear, this and that. And they're like, no. And then the guy at a local store, when I was like, okay, look, I'm heading over there. I got told by the online people that I can return it, even though the policy says I can't. I have my receipt. I literally just bought it yesterday. I want to replace, even if you don't give me like I don't want my money back. Like, I'm not trying to scam you all. Like I used the generator for one night and then my lights came back. I'll take a different generator. They were like, no, all portable generator cells are final. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to. They told me maybe if I went on Karen mode, they might give me another one. But it was far away. So I was going to have to drive like 2 hours there, 2 hours back. And
burning more fossil fuel.
Yeah, and I had to work that day and also had to drain the gas that was already on it. So I was like, I don't have time for this today. I have to go to work. So, yeah. And then the Generac people were like, oh, well, you probably overloaded it. We'll send the technician if it was like a parts fault, if it was like our fault, like, like they'll file the warranty and like basically they'll either reimburse me or pay for it or something. So I called the technician, and the technician's like, "Oh yeah, all our electricians are very busy, and we're only dealing with full house generators at the moment. So generators, like portable generators, we won't be dealing with that for a while. So yeah, sorry, we can't schedule you for now. Maybe try again in a couple weeks." And I was like, "Oh well, in a couple weeks I won't need this fucking generator. Hopefully." I was also supposed to have lights originally, like days ago, but it's been, I think today is the 10th day with no power. Everybody around me has power, and they're just like, I don't know if my area is just that messed up or which is not important enough, but they just everybody around us has power, and the trucks haven't even drove past here.
It's because we're brown, and they know it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a lot of Mexicans in my neighborhood, but see, my neighbor is white, so I was like, okay, well, my front door neighbor is white, so I thought 911, would at least care a little bit about us, but no, we've been with no power for 10 days now. Tomorrow will be 11.
They were like, yeah, you should be used to this. It's just like Mexico.
I was gonna say, I don't think in Mexico I ever lost power for this long. Like, we would lose it for max like a week, like 7 days.
Y'all's power is like it's powered by like a giant pinwheel, and one of y'all is just like constantly running.
Yeah, I was gonna say we used to lose it for a couple of days, but never this long. I don't think we were prepared for the hurricane, and also, my house got damaged.
Really, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so we got wind damage. I think it was like a little tornado that went through my neighborhood because there was a lot of stuff that got destroyed, a lot of trees that went down, a lot of roofs that got damaged, a lot of things that got thrown. So yeah, my roof got damaged, and the insurance guy came yesterday and to cover it up and do all that. And yeah, so it's and then they told me they recommend I will go. They recommend
you go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they recommend that I change the whole roof because I was going to change it in a couple of years anyways because it was going to be time. But the hurricane kind of like, even though it didn't destroy it all, they were like, yeah, I would go ahead and like do this. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I had mentioned this on the podcast. I'm getting married in a couple of weeks.
You have not. We haven't recorded in like a fucking month.
Yeah, so I'm getting married, so this is literally the worst time that all this could have happened.
And that's before he gets married. Imagine once he gets married, that's like even more headache.
I don't know. I don't think it can get worse than this because
I would make it worse.
Trying to plan a wedding with like no lights while everything's going wrong, while the deliveries on Amazon are delayed. Like the generator that we have we can only use 2 of the plugs that it comes with, and then my roof.
I think that's really scummy too. Like, oh hey, we know that a lot of you are without power, and y'all really only need like a couple days or so until the electric company gets to you. These are non-fucking refundable.
Yeah, and then the thing was like the box. I still has it. Like the first thing we tried to plug up was the fridge because we're trying to save the energy. But at first, I was like, I plug in the fridge because the thing is 6,500 watts, and I think a fridge is like between 1 and 2. So I was like, yeah. And then they told me maybe I charged it, overpowered it or whatever by plugging in the fridge. I'm like, it literally says you can power a fridge right there. So I plug in a fridge, and I didn't even plug in the fridge on the other one because I was like, I don't know if this thing overloaded or what, but it literally says it can power a fridge, and this all like it lists like different things it could power all at once. So that's all I was trying to do. What was in the box? Just power a fridge. I wasn't even going to power it all day, just a couple hours, so we wouldn't lose the food. And like a little microwave and just a couple lights. And yeah, it's been hell, man. It really has.
Yeah, this hurricane, we were not prepared because we live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere where like nothing ever happens. If we live like near a coast or something, it would be a little bit more, how do you say, ready, but we weren't.
Yeah, I think we've been hit before, but it's never been this bad. Like I have a tree and it's not that big of a tree. It's like one of those decorative trees, you know, that like bloom with like flowers, like little petals
The
that
size
have
of the tree,
colors.
the size of the tree does not matter. Size doesn't matter
No,
like
but
that.
I'm telling you, like I was, because like work didn't get canceled till later, so I'm literally walking out, and I think it might have been, if it was in the eye of the storm, it was close to it. I walk outside because I was like, work isn't canceled. We've been hit by hurricanes, and like most of the time it's not that bad. So I was like, okay, this is probably like just I thought it was gonna go away in like 5-10 minutes. I was like, okay, we're getting hit by a bad part of the storm, but it should go away quick. There's this tree that's like, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 feet tall. Is one of those decorative trees that like blooms, like the petals turn like different colors. And dude, that thing was like bent to the ground. Like part of it ended up breaking from the wind force. It was like at one point my house kind of like I could hear the, like we got hit by wind, and it felt like we got hit by something physical, like something with physical form. Like the wood kind of felt like it was like it made it, yeah, like it was about to break, like it was bending. And I was like, oh, let's go downstairs, because we were sleeping upstairs. I was like, let's go downstairs. We went downstairs, and it was so bad.
That was pretty bad. Me, for the most part, it wasn't that bad for me. I didn't have power, so it happened like, I think I woke up at like 4 a.m. That's when the power went out, and I was at like 4:30 in the morning, and it didn't come back on until like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't awful. I mean, like we stayed over at family members' houses. All the food went bad, and I just went to go dump the trash, like put it on the curb, and it smelled like fucking death. It was awful. Good luck to the garbage people that had to smell that. But man, it's oh yeah, I got suspended from work.
What'd you do, Dino? I told you not to stick your fingers in nobody's orifices.
It's not my fault. Their orifices are so pokeable.
You do have a point.
It's not my fault. Y'all are so finger licking good.
Do you lick? Do you lick
Huh?
your fingers before or after you stick it in?
Both.
Oh, yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I do need that little lubrication.
So yeah, it's not awful. It could be better, but you know, there's a fuck. I just realized something.
What?
I just realized I'm streaming. I'm not recording. Oops.
Well, I'm recording, so let's just.
Hopefully your comes out. Oh well, I'm gonna stop streaming then. Well, alrighty then. Guys, it's been we've kind of been on a hiatus.
And as you can see, things have been really rough.
I didn't even notice it, so I look on my phone and it says the dashboard for Twitch opened up, and I was like, oh fuck. Anyways, so it's shit's fucked, dude. Like the whole hurricane thing. I was out of work too, so like it was like Friday. Was it Friday? Friday or Thursday when everything went really bad. It was Friday morning when shit was hitting the fan, and I called my supervisor and I was like, hey, so the fucking there's like trees in my way. Like I couldn't even go drop off my son to the usual route that I take because there was a tree blocking the way. And they're like, oh no, we're still running like normal. I said, huh, for real? And okay, well, I guess I'll fucking clock in at 8:00. So I drop off my son. I'm on my way, but there's like cars on the road and people like being turned around because the roads are closed. And I get a message. I call my dad, and my dad's like, oh, excuse my voice, I'm sick. But my dad calls me and he's like, hey, don't go into work. Like, shit's fucked. There's a tree in front of us and a tree behind us. Like, we are fucking trapped. So don't even try and risk it. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go home. And so I went home, chilling there for about an hour. And then not even an hour, like 30 minutes. I get a message and it says work has been fucking delayed for 3 hours. And I was like, really? Y'all think this is gonna blow over in 3 hours? There's fucking trees on the road, man. And then later, like at 8:00 when I was supposed to punch in, there was a message us like, work has been canceled. We will continue running, or we will update you whenever we're back and running. And we didn't get back until Wednesday. I did a little oopsie on Wednesday, and now I'm out, and I haven't been back since. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about the podcast.
What you were, yeah. So no, it was bad because I think a lot of people were underestimating the hurricane. Also, they didn't change that the path kind of changed, but yeah, I remember I was supposed to also go to work, and I had and then people started calling out and everything, and I ended up calling somebody. I was like, look, weather's really bad. I lost light. There's like trees in the way. I'm not even going to try to make it. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to clear this. And then the guy's like, oh, dude, the lights went out like hours ago. They haven't been able to get them started. They don't know what time they're going to get the lights back on. So don't worry about coming in because I think it's going to get canceled. But, you didn't hear it from me. And I was like, okay. So I went back to sleep because I had worked really late the day before. I got home like at 1 or 2. And I had gotten woken up due to all these calls and stuff from work, having emergencies. And yeah, and then like I was like, why didn't they send the cancellation email, text or something? Yeah, earlier before some people literally risked their lives trying to go to work.
They were stuck there for fucking hours too. They didn't let them go.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, I don't know. I guess they just thought everything was gonna blow over, but like the situation. But then again, to be fair, things didn't really get bad. At least in the area I live. Around 6 a.m. That's when it got like, well, it was between 5 and 6 a.m. And that's when people kind of head to work, and that's when things got really, really bad.
Yeah, like my wife went to work, and she goes earlier, so she leaves the house at like 5-ish, and I leave a little bit later than 5. And whenever it was 5, it was full on raining. Like that's when trees are falling. That's when I was like on the road trying to take my son to his like babysitter. So it was rough. I will say it was rough, but that's what's been going on. I may or may not be homeless. I may be reporting from the streets. I was laughing my ass off at Walmart because I was looking at a meme and it said, like, I think it was a power outage at a zoo or some shit, and so they didn't have any power, and the polar bears were fucking dying of heat. So they poured like 2 bags of ice on the floor and told the polar bear to fucking thug it out. And then my brother was like, damn, I'm gonna have to thug it out on the street, and I just started busting out laughing.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's sad, but it's great.
It's how I cope with my sadness.
Yeah, so things been rough, man. Things have been rough for me as well, because just planning the wedding on top of all this, and like the drama that comes with it, the stress that comes with it. We're kind of trying to like just fast track this thing because I am a Christian, and my girlfriend moved in with me, and the pastor was like, I want to say this because I love what he did. Like, he didn't come over here and was like, hey, you're a bunch of sinners, this and that, like,
get out of my church.
He was like, hey, so I want to help y'all get married. Like, what do y'all need to get married? Like, what are y'all waiting on? I want to help. I want to help make this happen. And
what do you need? What do you need about 20K?
Yeah, what do you need from me? Like, what can I do to help y'all get married? Because I would like to see y'all get married. And I was like, well, I mean, we're planning on it, but, we're waiting on this. We're trying to, money, time, like, we're planning. So he started helping us. And we're like, okay, well, with everything, I think we can fast track this thing and get married a lot quicker than we thought we would. And then, of course, things start going wrong. And now it's like, I'm so exhausted and I just want things to be over.
Dude, it never feels like enough. We had like, okay, so I proposed in November of last year, and then we didn't really start seriously planning until about January of 2024. And I think I said that right. So we didn't really start planning the wedding until January 2024, and we planned our marriage, our wedding for July 7th. Dude, it goes by quick, and we still fucked it up. There was such a big problem that like we legit didn't enjoy the wedding until like the very last bit.
Yeah, no, we literally were planning for March, and then we're like, we wanted to we ended up moving it to October, and I was like, last weekend of October, and then things have been going very, very wrong, and I'm just like, well, we already had to change invitations, like the invitations once, because we moved, the venue changed, things changed. I don't know. I just hope my friends can make it and that they enjoy it. And also, man, everything for weddings is so expensive.
Yeah, it's almost like a Hallmark holiday thing.
And I honestly don't get why it's so expensive. I feel like sometimes people just oversell things. That's why when people say, "Oh, AI is bad," at the same time, yeah, I understand AI is bad, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes people overcharge for things that are not a necessity. Like it's kind of
diamonds is just compressed carbon.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked how like something that is actually needed, like let's say a mechanic, that like helps you get your car running or whatever, it is like making a lot less money than some random guy that like streams. Like it's kind of fucked how what I'm saying is kind of fucked that like sometimes people just overcharge for a service that is a want instead of a need. Like I was looking at these videographers, and it was like they were charging an arm and a leg, and
yeah.
And I was like, dude, first of all, if I could do this shit, like it's not that hard.
No.
And like a lot of times they don't even edit like the video good and after, because I've seen some wedding videos that I was like, bro, you really paid $3,000 for this shit.
We had a videographer, but he also did pictures, and most of the pictures, people's eyes are closed. The video was all right, but the eyes, man, that really got us upset.
Yeah, like I was looking at I went to a wedding recently, and yeah, they had to get there's a wedding photographer, like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, she must be doing something. She must want to do something really special, because they were thinking about getting some type of either other videographer or like a wedding. But like, dude, it's not that difficult. Like at the end of the day, I don't really even care about the video or the photos. I just want to get her over with. Like, then again, I am not that type of person that like, I'm going to show this to my kids. I don't even remember if my parents ever showed me their wedding video. I don't think maybe they did once, and then like I just didn't care after. Like I guess if you want to cherish the memory forever, but I just don't think it's worth some of these prices that they try to charge you are ridiculous. Everything is overpriced when it comes to weddings. It's just like a massive ripoff.
Like dresses for women, they can go for like, I don't know, $100, $200 on the lower end. A wedding fucking dress, I think I paid like $1,000. Somewhere around there.
You bought the wedding dress?
Yeah, I paid for the wedding dress.
No comment.
I mean, I had to cover something. Everything. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I got a ton of help for my wedding. My family, her family, like friends. Like I got a ton of help for my wedding. It would have been very, very small or non-existent if it wasn't like for the help we got. Weddings are it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. If I had a choice now, I'd probably go back and be like, you know what? You're just moving in with me. We're spending that money on a house or like something. Like I don't need a wedding anymore.
Yeah, and seeing our plan was originally like, yeah, it's just gonna be very modest wedding, just family and friends. We're gonna have max 50 people, and then things just kind of grew out of control, and things are pretty bad now. Like planning wise, we got I think most of the essential. We like every little thing, and it's supposed to be a comedy podcast, but now we're just complaining about everything.
Yeah, but I say this is welcome to the live update episode.
Live update of our lives, where we complain about everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, people are not going to want to hear this. You know
Don't
what?
worry. I'm sure the people who are listening to this are very eager to listen to this.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna get married. Okay, yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, just a
Let's go to
heads up. Yeah,
Vegas.
like, I've been telling y'all since the beginning, don't do it.
I honestly thought, like, you know what? I really wish I would have just gone to Vegas, enjoyed a weekend over there, and got married for like $50 at a chapel, and like came back
So much
and
easier. So much easier.
like give the parents a photo and be like, here, got married. Yep. And they're like, congratulations. You're like, yep, yep, it's done.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Now we're not living in sin legally. Is it a church that also weds you in Las Vegas, or is it only just the legal shit?
I think there's also a church that does like drive-through weddings. I don't know if you would count that. Like in my religion, that wouldn't really count as a marriage through religion, because like,
I think most religions wouldn't count.
yeah, no, I wouldn't count that. But like I said, at the end of the day, I just want to get this whole process over with. And yeah, to all the friends that listen to this, it is a very small venue, so I am trying to invite all y'all. I want to invite all of y'all, but I don't know if I can. So I'm gonna invite the ones I can. So if y'all don't make the cut, you didn't make me laugh enough.
Yeah, you know who you are. You didn't gank my lane enough.
You didn't gank my lane enough. You talked too much shit to me that one day, or you didn't.
Did I?
You didn't.
I didn't.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say yeah, or you just didn't. Didn't make the cut. Like your lower elo. I'm gonna do it by elo. League of Legends elo. Higher elo gets invited first until we run out of spots.
I was about to say, do it by rank. I'm fucked. I'm unranked. I'm not even iron.
No. Oh, the cool thing about the venue we're getting though is it's like there's like a pond, so it has like fish and you can swim in it and stuff. And they're giving it to us a day early. So I'm like, I wanted to host like a carne asada type thing where we just like go there and chill and like fish and like, do all that.
I know I'm unemployed at the moment, allegedly, but I don't know if I could do that. If I am employed or on the streets by then.
Well, if you're on the streets, you can definitely make it.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm at the bar. I'm showering. I found a bar of soap and I'm cleaning myself off.
Yeah.
All the fish are fucking dying.
Yeah.
Topic. Do we have any topics, or are we just gonna bitch and moan about everything?
That was my plan. Was bitching more. You want to do the crazy combo cards?
Yeah, that'll get us back on track. I don't even know how long we've been recording. I didn't realize till halfway through I was streaming this whole thing.
Yeah, it's 28 minutes in.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're good. We're good on time then.
Okay. Here's a good one. Dino.
All right.
What was your first impression of me?
Ah, fuck. You were a complete stranger when I met you. The only interaction we had was through voice chat on League of Legends. I think back then it was still called Curse when we used to chat on.
Yeah.
So like my first impression of you was like the face did not match the voice, I think.
In a good way or in a bad way? Like the voice was better or like the face is better?
No, it was just unexpected. Like I thought you were gonna look a lot more Mexican.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I get that. What else?
I don't know. You look pretty good. You look like a reputable fella.
Thank you. My first impression of you was like, he's bigger than I thought, because you were pretty tall.
How dare you? That was at my fucking birthday. How dare you call me fat?
I literally said tall. You're taller than I expected.
You said big.
Yeah, like you're big, but you like in a tall sense of way. Like you're a big Mexican. Like you're big Mexican.
Well, you know what? Now I gotta go fucking shove food in my face. Comfort food.
No, but like you were pretty tall, and like I was like, dang, this is one big ass Mexican. And
yeah, it's
and then you also look very Mexican. Like
I'm fucking burnt because I was outside the marching man doing the least Mexican shit.
And I was gonna say this guy looks super Mexican, but he's a no sabo kid. Like his Spanish got that no sabo accent.
Have you
So
not heard my accent? I don't have one.
in Spanish,
In Spanish, I have. It's weird.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have an accent when I speak Spanish, but when I speak English, I'm fucking. Your next door neighbor, like next door white neighbor.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have that no sabo kid accent in Spanish. Like the
God,
kids that are raised in America that like don't really use their Spanish too much, and they like throw English words mix. So your
God, dude,
Spanish is
it's so cringe. I saw that on a fucking case of a Caso Cerrado, where this bitch came up and she's like, "Hello, good afternoon," and she ended the bitch is like, "Good afternoon, habla español. Aquí se habla español."
yeah. So
She's like, I'm a no sabo kid. Like it's a fucking
it's like
good thing.
yo soy delicado.
Yeah, they're like they take pride in being a no sabo kid. Like, yeah, that's right. I don't fucking speak my fucking homeland language. Like, um, so what? And it's like, bro, the least you could do is speak it, know it. You know what I mean? They have Spanish in high school.
Yeah, so my little sister and little brother, they're like no sabo kids. Like their Spanish is really bad. But yeah, your Spanish was kind of is not terrible, but it's like, like that got that accent. So I don't know. I was expecting a more American looking, like a person.
And the thing is, it's gotten a lot better, and like ever since I got married with my wife, because she doesn't speak any English. It's a little thing called codependent. Um, oh no, is it called? Yeah, is it codependent?
Yeah, yeah.
We're codependent on each other. I provide her with English speaking services, and she provides me with ass.
That's a good trade off.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not complaining, but it's just.
Do you know any other people that are in need of that? And by people, I mean of the female kind. And by female kind, I mean the ones that are born with an XX chromosome.
This man's about to get married, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. That if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it now before the ring is on.
Yeah, you're right. What was I thinking?
No, that's what somebody told me. Like, oh, are you sure about this? And I was like, yeah, it just feels right. And they were like, well, if you're gonna do something, might as well do it now before you put the ring on.
I am assuming it wasn't a female.
No, it was not a female, but a female also told me that though. She was like, "Oh, you're getting married," and I was like, "Yeah," and then she was like, "Oh, something about, are you sure though?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah."
Better
Yeah,
not be who
sure."
I'm thinking about. It better not be who I'm thinking about.
And then she was like, "Well, have you kind of like thought about no, we ended up talking about how how people have like bachelor parties, and I always thought they were really stupid.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was something like you did for your friends, right? Like your friends, you do it for them. Like you don't actually do it because you're like so in love, and you're like, I don't want to look at another women. But now that like I'm doing it, I'm like, dang, I kind of wouldn't mind one, just because I'm like, it's supposed to be like my last time being like single. So I kind of get it now. I kind of get what they're thing. I don't think I'm gonna have one anyways. But
I
like,
still don't. Yeah, nah, you're fucked, dude. I'm unemployed.
I was gonna say yeah, because the guy I chose to be my best man is
Fucking unemployed.
is fucking unemployed. I'm about to replace him. Is there like
And married.
Is there like a rich guy that like has like hookups with like strip clubs or something that I can replace you with?
Not to my knowledge, no. No, the thing is, it's kind of funny. So I was talking to another friend of ours, and I was asking him, or we were talking like, well, you're the one that's supposed to plan a bachelor party. I'm like, dude, I'm married. I can't even set foot in a strip club. I could, and he's like, well, I can't go into one either because he doesn't like the concept of a strip club. And I was like, so what? We're just gonna drive him out to the nearest strip club and be like, all right, go in. We'll wait out in the car.
Right, as long as you throw in some dollars, I'll be fine. No, what's funny is this bachelor party I went to where the guy was like, oh man, I might air him out, but he doesn't. He kind of moved and everything, so like he's no longer nearby, and he doesn't. I don't think he listens to the podcast, but I hope this
Cool.
doesn't come back to bite him in the ass. But we went to
Being
like
as ambiguous as possible, but yeah, go ahead.
we went to a place where it was kind of like an arcade kind of place where you're just gonna have like a game night, whatever, and do toast and drink a little bit. We ended up doing a bunch of things that were pretty fun at the arcade, kind of like a Frankie's Fun Park. I don't know if they have those everywhere, and I think it's like a whole national thing, right?
They're gonna triangulate the fuck out of our location, but sure.
Yeah, I think it's a national thing. Basically, it's like an arcade, but they got like games too, like go karts, that type of thing. For our listeners that don't know, and it was really fun. And then we all started like, oh yeah, joking about the strip club. And then the guy was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The best man kept saying, no, we're not doing that. And it was we end up drinking while we're playing this and doing all that. And then at the end of the night, like around 10, 11, when like the thing is closing, we're like, so strip club, kind of like joking because we've been joking about strip club all night. And then
Question
everybody's kind of
mark.
like, got a buzz going on, and they're like, shoot, I mean, I wouldn't mind. So we're like, okay, let's go. So we end up going to the strip club, and we show up, and they're like, and all these guys that there's a bunch of them that are like, yeah, well, I'm married, or I got a girlfriend, or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get any dances. I just came here because y'all wanted to come. Anyways, bro, by the end of the night, some of these motherfuckers were like, bro, she wanted me, bro. I bet you if I come back, I can fuck her. Like, they were like so into it. They were
I
like,
can
oh,
save
bro.
her.
They
I
were
can
like,
save her.
yeah, they were like, I can save her. They were like, bro. They were like, bro, like, we gotta come back, bro. Like, this was so fun. I hadn't been to a strip club in so long. Or some guys were like, bro, it's my first time being at a strip club. Like, bro, I gotta come back. And some guys were like trying to give money out to like go to the champagne room or the private room, whatever. And like everybody got so into it. I remember I got into it too. I was like, dang, I saw a baddie, bro, a baddie with a body, and I was like, you know what? I want her. I want her. And yeah, she was fine. But then when I went over there, I was requested a dance. She was like all over this other dude, I guess trying to get him to spend money. Maybe he was rich or something. So she kind of ignored me. So then I was like, oh, this kind of sucks. So like, I don't know. That saved my money because I would have spent so much money on her. But yeah, she was like all over this other dude. Oh, and then there was this other two funny things that happened at the same time. So there used to be this girl that like we kind of went to school with that was like a waitress, and then we kind of didn't see her for a while. Anyway, she's like in the middle of the dancing at the stage, and she recognizes one of our like our friend that's getting married, and she like literally jumps off the stage and goes over there, and it's like she literally goes over there, like hugs him, like, oh, I recognize you. Then she started like saying hi to all of us, giving us hugs while she's like topless and stuff, and like, and then she's like, oh yeah, you guys want to dance, just let me know. So we're like, oh, like it was, I don't know, kind of funny to see a girl that you went to school with that turned into a stripper.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, you're just sitting in class one day, like, damn, I kind of wonder what she looks like without, like, topless. And then, oh, next thing you know, a couple years later, oh, nice. I never understood the concept of strip clubs. Like, if you can't touch, you can't, like, some places you can't even, like, grab. Like, I feel like that's fucking worthless. Like, you're just going with the bros. You could probably do a lot better just staying at home and, like, throwing up some like corn hub on the TV screen or something.
Yeah. Oh, and the other funny thing that happened was there was this girls that I guess went to strip to get money, but then their boyfriends went there to, I guess, either to make sure they didn't do anything beyond that or something. So it was like, I don't know, it was kind of weird because it's like, okay, so you're cool with your girl stripping, but you don't want her to do like private dances or whatever. So that was kind of weird.
I mean, like I said, the whole concept, like a brothel, I understand. I mean, a brothel is like, okay, well, you're agreeing to do just about anything for money, and I have the money to do that, so let's get it on. But at a strip club, it's kind of like, oh, you get to dance on me, I get to feel up on you, but like if I come, I'm either embarrassed or kicked out. Um, it's so weird. Like the concept, like you're throwing money at them just to see some titties. Then we have Google. We have a plethora of. I can probably
have you ever been to one?
No, but that's what I
Okay.
just don't think it'd be fun.
Okay, so like the first time I went, I still think to this day kind of like you, but I also understood the other side of it because first of all, most of the time when you go there, you're kind of drinking, and they're like, because they like gave us a thing where it was like, okay, y'all can either pay this much or y'all can do this special where it comes with a bottle and it's like basically like they try to get you to like buy a bottle when you walk in. So we bought like a bottle or two, and because when we came in, it came with like I think it was like 2 bottles because it was a lot of us. So we started doing shots, this and that. So we kind of got a buzz going on, and then like if the girls just see you there, kind of bored, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna spend any money or whatever. Like they're gonna come over here and flirt with you, and they're gonna make you. They're really gonna flirt with you like they want you, and especially if you're not used to having like female attention and stuff, like it's fake. But it's like when that really pretty waitress kind of flirts with you, and then like she's flirting with you because she wants a bigger tip, but it works because she's pretty and she's nice and she's flirting with you, so you're kind of like, yeah, I might as well give her like an extra 5 or something. It's kind of the same concept. Huh?
I was gonna say that sounds really sad, but then when I thought about what I do, it's even sadder. So basically my whole train of thought is if someone or waitress or cashier is being quote unquote flirty with me, I'm just going to assume, yeah, she's probably never going to be interested in someone like me, and then just keep on walking.
Yeah, so no, in like a strip club, bro, they really do make you feel wanted. And I think if men become addicted to that type of like, even if it's fake, it just feels nice to have somebody, be nice to you.
Yeah, they have like, those cafes
like they want you.
In Asia, like they have those cafes where you pay for attention. Like women come out, you can like there's karaoke's and shit. I'm sure there's shit going on like behind the scenes, but for the most part, the whole concept is you basically rent a girlfriend. You rent attention, like
they hostess clubs where like the girls, they don't strip. They literally just like are nice to you and flirt with you the whole time, and laugh at your jokes
so
and that.
Sad. I'd rather get my dick sucked.
Yeah, same. But like I said, I kind of got it because like when some girl sat on my lap and started like telling me I was cute and this and that, I was like, oh, you know what? I started spending some money, and I was like, you know what? I see why people come here. I'm definitely not coming here again unless there's like a bachelor party or something special, because I don't know. I just felt it wasn't worth it. Like I'd rather, like you said, I'd rather go to a brothel or something if I'm gonna do something like that. But you got to remember that there are men. Legal. There are men nowadays in this generation that they'll literally throw their money at some random streamer, like that one that starts with a P. You know who I'm talking about? That's like really big, and she's like pretty, but she's not like next world pretty. She's like girl next door kind of pretty. That she streams video games, and like there's literally simps that like donate so much money just because, I don't know, they have like this fantasy of themselves, or just because they like the way she plays. Like, no, bro. I think that's more pathetic. I'd rather go to a strip club than donate money to a stripper. I mean, to a streamer.
That just sounds so sad. And this is coming from a guy who got rejected by like almost every girl he's ever had a crush on. Like, it's just like, why would you do that? I don't know. The concept to me is just odd. Like, but that's just me with money. Like I like to buy stupid shit, but like that genuinely does sound like a fucking waste of money. Like, oh hey, you like me until I run out of dollar bills. Well, guess what? I can go talk to someone else who may or may not give me the attention. It's just sad. I don't know.
Yeah, like all these guys that are spending all this money on streams, like, I'm like, bro, you could honestly buy real, or at
least an OnlyFans. Yeah, at least her OnlyFans. At least you get to see some titties. These guys just
OnlyFans also rip off. But I'm telling you, you could literally buy like fake friends with that type of money that these guys are donating. Like, I'm telling you, if some guy were to invite me, like, hey bro, you want to go eat? I'll pay. Shoot, that's gonna be my friend. Like if you're donating 40, 50, $100 to a streamer like weekly, you could literally be like, hey guys, y'all want to go eat, to like, you know, a couple guys like that, you know, you get along with, a couple coworkers, whatever. They'll go, they'll joke around with you, whatever, for that, because you're paying for their meal, and you'll get some friends that might not be the best of friends, but they're better than some streamer that won't even remember your name when you stop giving him money.
Not even that. Like, the thing is, they're making a ton of money off of not you. Like, you know, sponsorships, the platforms. They're making like a lot more than I was making when I was fucking busting my ass for 50 hours a week. And then you give them more money on top of that to, like, quote unquote show your support. You're showing your support by being there. Like, giving them more money to a person who's rich, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're donating your heart and money to people that are rich and just want to get richer. And then when they try to sell you their products, especially when they're overpriced, like, oh yeah, hey guys, like, buy my cookies. Like, they're too expensive for you, like, you broke boys or whatever. Like, bruh. Like,
by the way, we're selling we're selling plushies.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Like, we immediately start shelling out. Like, yo, you think I will sell my soul? Hell yeah, I would. Throw your money at me. I'm unemployed.
See, but merch, like shirts and stuff, that's like, I'm fine with that. But when they try to sell you food, especially when it's like overpriced, like, oh yeah, I'm selling food, that's for my brand, and there's nothing special about it other than it's for my brand, and that is more expensive because I sell it directly to you online and pay for shipping, and I got to get my cut, and I got to get the partners their cut, and we think you're going to pay more than you would pay at the store because you're a bunch of simps. Like, I don't know how people can do that, bro.
I was going to say something about that, but then I remembered I bought G Fuel and Waifu cups from GG Subs. So it's supplements, and it's $40 for a tub that lasts maybe, I don't know, a month. And I'm like, I could go to Walmart for like, to get a one a day, and there's my fucking vitamins. And if I want flavored water, they have $1.30 something for like flavored water mixer thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I've ever bought any merch from anybody was Dark Main. Shout out to Dark Main. I bought his plushie once, but he did like my Twitter post one time, so that was pretty cool.
Now, I got nothing with merch, like shirts, hoodies, that type of thing. What I dislike is food, because I feel like food is always overpriced when they do it.
I don't think there's a lot of food. Like, are you talking about like Feastables? Like, Mr.
No, not
Beast?
Feastables, because like you could buy that at the store. I'm talking about when people try to sell you like their snacks online.
That's what I mean. Like the whatchamacallit, the fucking, they did the promotion with Zaxby's, the Mr. Beast box. They did like the DoorDash Beast Burger.
No, I'm talking about whenever they try to sell you like some type of food or food subscription or something like that that's just overpriced. And the only reason they expect you to buy it is just because you're fans of theirs.
It doesn't even have their logo or image on it. It's literally just like, hey, buy this Factor. By the way, any of these companies are listening, I will wholeheartedly sell the fuck out. I will sell my half of this podcast. But yeah, no, those foods are ridiculous. Candy, it's expensive candy when it's like way cheaper at the store.
Yeah. But is there any good news that we can talk about, since we've literally just been complaining all this episode? You have any good news to share?
Fuck no, dude. It sucks. Everything sucks.
Life is pain.
What is it? I can't think of one. The presidential elections are coming up. We're cooked as fuck. We're still suffering the backlash of a hurricane. I'm unemployed. Shit's fucked.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Oh, is there anything good? Is there anything good? Fuck no.
So I did want to talk about something.
Go ahead.
That's just that I've been getting into meditation lately, because of the stress of the wedding and everything. And I just want to say to anybody that never tried it, like, There's like apps and stuff, books that help you. I think it's a really good thing to try. It might not be for you, but at least try it. It's like really good to just clear your mind, and even if it's like 10 minutes, just meditate, just clear your mind, concentrate on breathing or whatever. And I feel it really has made a difference in my life. So, I wanted to share that. I don't know if you've ever meditated.
I have not, and if I had time to meditate, I would, but I don't. Having a kid fucking sucks. It's kind of cool though. We put some glasses on him today, some sunglasses, and he didn't immediately rip them off like every other little kid does. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you going to try to live your childhood that you never had through your kid?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he doesn't turn out fat because otherwise, he's just gonna live through what I did, and that I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
I hear
Bro,
that.
you ever got rejected by like, not even with words,
But with
just
like a
sounds?
face? Oh, kind of thing?
No, with sounds.
What do you mean?
She wasn't even like giving me a reason. She didn't want to talk to me. She just like kind of shook her head and was like, no, 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 and backed off. And then I was like, all right.
No, I never been rejected like that. I remember one time I got rejected, in which made me feel really bad. Was like super hot girl, one of the hottest girls in school, and my friends were like, "Oh yeah, this guy likes you." So I just kind of looked at her, and then she was like, "Oh, is that true?" And I just kind of like, "Well, I'm in the spot. Let me go for it." So I'm like, "Yeah," and then she was like, "Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I have a boyfriend." But like, I mean, you're cute when you smile and stuff, but like, I'm sure you'll find somebody. And she was like way too nice about it, like that it made me like it crushed me.
At least she was nice. I remember one of my friends was like, "Hey, bro, I can set you up with one of my friend's sisters." And she went over to talk to him, and I got rejected. And I wasn't even trying; like it wasn't in my input. My friend was just like, "Yeah, bro, don't worry, I got you." And then he comes back like, "Oh, damn, she said no." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. I didn't even like her, but now that hurt. I'm catching strays over here for no reason."
Yeah. Wow, that is kind of rough, Dino.
Oh, I have a whole list. I can name them all off.
Oh,
What's the time looking like?
it's. I mean, we got time if you want to share something. I just thought of something that I wanted to share as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're driving. We're shopping things for the wedding. So we're driving, and all of a sudden, my girlfriend puts, that song like "Every Move You
Yeah,
Make," the
yes,
soccer
I'm
song.
familiar.
Yeah,
The
the
soccer
soccer
song.
song is like "I'll be watching you." Da, na, na,
About
na,
soccer.
na. You know that song? It's
You
like by the
talking about
Police.
yeah, I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about. I like that song.
So dude, I had never listened to like remix that Diddy did. Diddy the Diddler.
Diddy the diddler?
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So yeah, so she starts playing this, and then I'm like, wait, and then she's like, oh yeah, this is Diddy, that guy that everybody's like, and I'm like, dude, change that. We cannot be driving around a neighborhood listening to Diddy. They're gonna think we're diddlers.
Every step you take, every room you raid. Oh, it's fucking. I don't even know the whole story about Diddy, but it's just fucking wild. Like the baby oil, like that's a lot of baby oil. I think ever since I had my kid, I've never used baby oil for anything. I don't even know what it's for.
Oh yeah, and then we were talking about Epstein, and first it was just a joke. Okay, so don't cancel me. Well, you can't cancel me if I'm already at the lowest I can go, right? But so we were talking about Epstein.
Oh, at least you're still employed. You can go lower.
Oh yeah, I can go lower. No, but you know how Epstein, they were like interviewing some of his survivors or whatever. So there was
They
this girl.
died.
No, the survivors of like his abuse
You
and
mean like
stuff.
victims?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I think it literally said survivor on the thing I was watching
okay.
or something like that. I'm pretty sure it said like survivor of Epstein or something. Like she
Uh,
survived them. So I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna
oh,
say, was he taking them out and just executing them like, like Shiloh style?
yeah. So I'm like thinking like this girl definitely got like
Diddled.
things done to her that were like rough, like near death kind of situations, like broken. Yeah. Well, anyway, she starts telling her story, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, so some girl was like, hey, you want to make more money massaging old dudes?" And she was like, yeah. And then she went, and then the guy like
Oh
flirted
yeah,
with
yeah,
her, touched her, and then like stroked himself. And I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
lie, I was like, Survivor.
It beats working at Hollister.
I was gonna say what, like, I mean, I know she was young and dumb, but like, what did she think was gonna happen when they were like, "Hey, you want to make a lot of money by going to massage old guys?" Like,
No,
I'm not.
not even that. They were like he was like, "Hey, by the way, if you bring more people, it's like a fucking referral bonus. You get more money."
Yeah, yeah, and I'm saying like, do you think she told her parents like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go massage old guys for money"? No. So she knew that it was bad enough to not tell her parents or someone, but at the same time, like, it's still wrong, and I'm not blaming the victim or anything, but I'm just saying that I expected a lot worse.
Uh, at this point, I'm gonna start rubbing down old guys with baby oil
Yeah,
just to get some income.
yeah. I was gonna say I wouldn't say survivor for that. It's more like happened to like do something that was very bad. Like like yeah, you were young, you took a chance to make more money, but like, come on. Like I know.
It was literally just about the money. I don't. According to the podcast I listened to, like I don't even think she was threatened or anything. It's not like Epstein or whoever was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, like we're gonna fucking expose you if you don't bring more girls." It was literally just like, "Ooh, more money? Yes, please."
Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying the girl that went, the girl that got invited to and went, and then she's like, like she survived Epstein or whatever. She was one of the victims, and I'm like, okay, I know Epstein did a
Oh,
lot of messed up things, but like, if somebody,
I'm talking about the main bitch, the one who was bringing them in.
yeah, yeah, but all I'm saying is like, bro, if somebody is like, okay, let's go massage old dudes, and you're gonna get a lot of money, like
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm saying you knew enough not to tell an adult. Like you didn't go to your mom and were like, "Oh, mom, by the way, I got offered a job to massage old dudes for a lot of money." Like, so you as a teenager, you kind of knew, like, yeah, things are kind of shady, but you still went, and then seeing a naked guy or whatever. But I don't know, man. All I'm saying is, when you call people like that survivors, I expected a lot worse. I know kids in third world country that go through worst every day. So, and we don't make a documentary about them.
oh, we do, but they're mostly it's mostly in the arms of of the angels playing in the background, and what's their name? Sarah McLachlan or whatever the heck his name is, the one that that does those commercials.
Yeah, but
What are they called?
it does make me think where like you
You
have
know
to
the
be
one. You know the
careful.
ones that. You know the ones that. Indian.
Yeah, those. Yeah. No, have you seen the memes about that where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, uh, it's like she is asking for like 20 or 30 cents to save him or something. She's like for $1 and something or a day, and somebody made a meme or a video where it was like a dollar a day. Ask for more. Ask for like 2 or 3. Like what? How are you
At
gonna start
least.
that low?
Yeah, it was like you're underselling it. It must not be that. Why don't you give $1 a day? Give 100. You cover at least 100 people.
Yeah. Did you ever get offered money for like when you were a kid by some like shady adult?
I never had money. I stole from my dad's wallet.
No, I guess with the thing I was talking about with the girl where I was like going hard on her for like agreeing to go to begin with is because that actually did happen to me when I was younger. Like some old creepy dude told one of my friends like, "Hey, like we were kids," and he was like jokingly like, "Oh yeah, yeah, like you should come work for me, blah blah blah." And I was just kind of like, "Oh, like no, dude, like you better be joking right now," or and the guy was like, "Ah, yeah, yeah, of course, it was a joke." And
LOL. Just kidding.
yeah, like of course I didn't want to grab your ass. I was just joking, little 12-year-old boy. But I was just kind of like, dude, are you joking, or do I need to tell my uncle to beat your ass? And he was like, oh yeah, it was just a joke. So yeah.
No, but I think me and my brother almost got captured and put into a child sex ring or something.
Really?
So we back in the day when there was this restaurant called Ryan's. It's basically like Golden Corral, where it's just a all you can eat American buffet or whatever. Every time we went, and there was this one waiter. She was like an Asian lady, didn't speak perfect English, but she would always come up to our table and she was like, "Hey, you want your kids want to go play with my kid? He got like PlayStation, he got Xbox, yeah, he has Nintendo. Your kids can go and stay at the house." And my mom was like, "Yeah, no, we're okay." And I'm like, "What? Come on, mom. They have PlayStation. We don't have PlayStation." And like they have pictures, but the kids were never looking at the fucking camera. It was just fucking surreal. I was like, as a kid, I was just like, "Oh, cool. They're playing video games." But like as I'm growing, I'm like, those pictures did look a little sus. And then my mom, the way she convinced us not to go, she was like, "No, see, they're gonna like steal you, and then they're gonna like harvest your organs." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm thinking about it now. It's probably just like a sex ring, and I was about to get diddled."
Oh wait, so there was somebody literally just there, and they will show you pictures of the kids playing video games.
Yeah, like every time we went, it was like, I was like, "Oh, come on, you gotta go like play with my kid. Like he has no friends. They got PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo." And I'm
Or
like, "Come
like
on,
Chinese
mom."
place or something.
No, it was Ryan's buffet, but like the lady was Asian.
I don't know,
The
dude.
waiter.
That sounds legit. Like that sounds like jet. Like his mom that's just like my kid is depressed, and
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about it. Like, what if he really was just a lonely kid and he was just socially awkward and he couldn't make friends?
because she never said your mom couldn't come, right?
Oh yeah, she was like, "Just drop him off. Don't worry, we'll have him back to you."
And then like you saw her there multiple times, like or was she
No,
gone after a while?
I never went. Well, she was there for a bit, and then eventually we never saw her again. So,
So either it
not
was
our
a really
problem.
sad kid, or she got enough kids. That is kind
One
of
moment.
suspicious. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said that is kind of suspicious, but at the same time, I'm like, if people didn't like call the police on her right away, that is kind of sus, though. That I don't know. I'm thinking about it, and I can't decide whether this was just like a desperate mom trying to find friends for her kid,
Or a
or
genuine like problem.
yeah, or like genuinely, because it's like the worst. It sounds like the worst way to kidnap a kid. It's like, hey, I'm working here at Ryan's. Like, can you go drop off your kids? Can you go drop off your kids at my house so I can kidnap them? Like, it just sounds so like a terrible plan. You know,
Well,
like.
I mean, it kind of worked. We did want to go. Our parents just didn't let us.
But that's what
But
I'm saying. Like, no kid is gonna show up by themselves to Ryan's. Or did she approach you when you were by yourselves and then your
she
parents
was
showed up?
no, it was all. We would always eat together, or maybe she just saw that we were Mexican. And she was like, "I can fool these fucking idiots."
No, if she approached you when your parents were there, it sounds like I'm leaning towards it being more real because it's like I don't know. I feel like if you're a child kidnapper, you don't really want to try to kidnap the kids when the parents are there because the parents are going to be very suspicious and you'll be like, nope. I'm thinking more like she probably like, oh, these are our minority kids. Maybe, maybe they'll want to play with my kids. I don't know. I kind of wish you could find her if you remember her name or something so we could find out why
I
she got
know.
arrested.
I remember her face, but I had no way I can remember her name. And now that she says, now that I think about it, she did say Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. She never said what fucking console.
She never said one or which one.
She never did. Yeah, she never specified on the console. She just named brands off. And we were like, oh, PlayStation, Xbox. Hell yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I still having trouble with this. You literally made me like I'm gonna have to meditate on this. So, what about the picture of the kids? Was there like a lot of kids? Were there different kids? The same kid looking to?
It, it's my memory's a little hazy, but I do remember like they were never aimed at the kid's face. They were like off playing in the middle of the room.
Was it the same room for all the pictures?
I don't remember. It's I think I need to meditate on this. I'll be back.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I cannot decide whether this is the worst attempt at kidnapping or if it was just some desperate lady that was just like, oh, I want to make my kid some friends or something.
I I don't know, and I guess we'll never know.
And well, obviously, don't say the town, but was it the town where you lived or the town next over or?
No, it was like an hour away from where we lived. It was just we used to go out all the time. Like every weekend, we'd go to like the mall and we'd go eat and we'd go like hang out. It was nice. My parents worked. Both of them worked like every day of the week, so it was nice to go out. It's just we kept getting assaulted or what's it called? What's the word? Uh, we
Harassed?
kept getting harassed. Yeah, by the lady. It got to the point where I think even I was like, all right, I really hope she's not here.
What do you think was she doing it to all the kids or just y'all?
I do not know. It's been too long, dude. At this point, these answers being little.
I don't know, dude. I kind of want to find this lady and invite her to the podcast.
Yeah, my quote, like, yeah, like setting the story straight, like the documentary of Selena. Oh, what the fuck is her name? The bitch that killed her.
Oh yeah, yeah. Isn't she getting out this year?
Yeah, and she wanted to like make a documentary on Peacock about like, um, it wasn't her or like it wasn't her fault. She was fucking. It was a fucking scheme or something. I don't know. And it's like setting the record straight, and everyone's like, "Nah, bitch, you killed her." It don't matter what the reason was.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you get set up to kill somebody by shooting them? Like, and she comes out running. It's not like Selena was trying to kill her and then she like got blamed for defending herself. Like Selena literally went there to fire her and she got shot by her. Like I know she's always trying to like claim some weird shit. Like I remember reading it something she said or somebody came up with about it was Selena's dad's fault, and I was just like, bro, I mean, it's kind of clear cut. Like you shoot somebody is your fault. You killed them. Like can't really change that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's we're not gonna believe you, dude. Like it doesn't matter what the reason is you fucking shot and killed a fucking icon. Um, but, but yeah, that's is that a good thing? Did I share a good thing?
Uh,
Does that count?
I'm not sure.
All
I'm not
right.
sure. I do remember this though. Sad memory from an ex of mine. So an ex of mine did she. This is back in the day. I don't remember whether it was Facebook or MySpace or something. Anyway, she like did she kind of dressed up like Selena and did like a Selena dance, and her brother ended up liking it or something. So I was kind of still following her on social networks. So she ends up saying like, hey, like, oh yeah, AB Quintanilla, like my Selena impersonation or dancing
You
or
just gave out
whatever.
her whole government name.
He, I mean, people really. This is years ago. I don't think we could find it. I don't even remember what social it was on. Anyway, she's just like, yeah. So
You
he
gotta you
liked it,
gotta edit that out.
or he tweeted, or he responded. He did something to the post or the
You
video of
gotta
her
edit.
on a dance club where she was like throwing it back like Selena or like trying to dance like Selena. And then
Uh-huh.
she was basically like thinking the world like, yeah, my life, like basically like I made it. I'm gonna be famous now. Like he wants to meet up with me. Like she was basically saying like, yeah, I'm gonna be famous. And then she never posted anything about the after the meeting. She was just like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. I'm meeting with him. Dino, what do you think happened at that meeting? That she was so excited. She was acting like she was like famous now. Like, yeah, Avi Quintanilla noticed me. It was like one of those notice me senpais where she got noticed, and I guess she thought she had made it from there. And I'm pretty sure he just clapped them cheeks and then like never talked to her again.
Yeah, I was about to say I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of running mascara.
Yeah.
after the fact, or what if they replaced her? Like, what if this was the whole thing was a psyops? So basically, they were looking for a a body double, and the Selena that they shot was your friend, and the real Selena is off in Hawaii or something, just relaxing.
Well, they would have need to look for her a lot earlier because by then Selena had already been presumably dead, or should, according to your story of her still being somewhere. Okay,
No,
this
no, she's still alive. Just that your friend got fucking shot.
like they had like a machine, like a time machine, and they were like, okay, this girl kind of dresses like Selena. Let's send her back in time to save Selena, something like that.
Nah, now you're just talking nonsense.
Yeah, because this happened like years after Selena was dead. So
That's what I'm saying. Then she replaced Selena for however long until she got shot.
I don't even know where you're going with this at this point. Selena had
Uh,
been dead for like over 10 years by when this happened. No, probably longer. I think Selena died like in the 90s. So this happened like,
well, I wasn't born yet. How's that gonna know?
yeah. Hey, how fine is Selena?
I had to let me take a picture of her before the shooting.
You never seen it?
I'm only on the album color cover. Selena, the fuck is her name?
Quintanilla.
I'm just gonna look up one of her songs. I can't think of a song. Okay, here we go. Selena. It's just Selena. It's just fucking one name like Cher. Uh, honestly, Smash.
Yeah, bro. She was thick before like thick was cool.
There's not a lot of pictures of her. I just want to look at her picture of her. It's just nothing but her album cover. Oh yeah, definitely. Damn, she had a fucking. Oh, all right.
She had junk on that trunk.
I never saw her full like picture. I literally just saw like, um, her like album cover, and I don't think that the movie is her. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say,
You seen the movie?
yeah, I was gonna say, dude. People talk about J Lo has a nice butt. I think she didn't have. I think Selena had a better one, like the
Yeah,
real
but like,
Selena.
I don't think the person who plays Selena in the documentary was a one for one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoops. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll end it on that note.